Alright, welcome to the Upper City Cantina. Swanky music playing right now. And we have a few people that we can talk to here by the looks of it, but arena monitors, those are interesting. But first, his military training will demand that that door is open, so if he has to run, he doesn't have to fumble with the door controls. Let's check out these arena monitors, see what's going on with them first. There's no action in the duel ring right now, so the monitor is blank. Duel ring, you say? Now that is something that's interesting. Telemachus is familiar with judicial duels, which happen all the time on his planet whenever people had legal disputes. It would be one of the ways to settle those disputes, but he's never heard of it being made into a sport before. That's something that's really appealing to him. He's not much into sports, but it might be a great way to make some money if he can find out who is in charge of organizing those duels. For now, nice lighting. A little bit fluorescent utilitarian, but for now, let's have a chat with some of the people in here. I suppose that... What is that? That's Pazaak, as we'll be learning in a second, but let's talk to Garuk here. The old man's a good place to start.
Hello there, youngster. You interested in buying the Pazaak deck of an old man looking to get out of the gambling game? Just 50 credits and I'll sell you all my cards. I'll even throw in a free lesson to boot. It's a great deal, if you can afford it.
50 credits, huh? Let's ask some questions first, I suppose. Well, who are you, sir?
My name's Garuk. I used to be a card shark, one of the best Pazaak players in the Outer Rim. But that was before I retired from the gambling life.
You're giving up gambling? Why?
Don't get me wrong. The game's been good to me over the years. I've traveled the span of the galaxy, from the core worlds to the farthest reaches of the Outer Rim. I've won countless fortunes, and lost countless more. But that was long ago, and things have changed. Gambling is a young man's game. That's why I'm looking to get out. My offer still stands. 50 credits gets you my old Pazaak deck and a free lesson. A great offer if you can afford it.
Well, I'll see about buying your deck, but first, you might be able to answer some questions for me. I'm looking for a few things in particular. Would you be able to help me out with that?
Of course. My mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. That's why I'm giving up the gambler's life. But I think I can still manage to answer some simple questions.
Alright. Do you have any information on Terrace? We're new here. Stuck here because of the quarantine and all.
Don't know what I can tell you that would be of any use. The Upper City is nice enough, though it was better before the Sith showed up. But they don't bother an old guy like me much.
Here.
Don't know much about the lower city. It's rough down beneath. I just stay up here when it's safe and mind my own business. I don't see much point in worrying about that kind of stuff now that I've given up the gambler's life. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Alright, got a couple more questions for you.
Of course. My mind isn't...
Do you know anything about those Republic escape pods that crashed down in the Undercity?
I spend my days here in the cantina, sipping ale and chatting with the folks who wander by. I don't have much use or care what goes on outside these walls. I don't see much point in worrying about that kind of stuff now that I've given up the gambler's life. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I think I'll be going now.
Of course. No sense in a youngster like you wasting your days away with an old man in a dingy bar. But if you ever want to chat, you know where to find me.
I think stepping away just for a second, he might come to the realization that's probably a good idea to buy that Pisaq deck because, while he could ply people with copious amounts of alcohol, that would be very expensive, comparatively speaking, to maybe lubricating the social situation with a friendly game of Pazaak. So, This might also be another way to acquire more money, though he could lose some. So he's
Hello
taking that
there,
into
youngster.
account.
You interested in buying
Yep.
the Pazaak deck of an old man
Sure am.
looking to get out of the gambling game?
Yeah, sure, I'll buy your deck.
Glad to see you're interested in the grand old game. The rules are pretty simple. Here, I'll load them up into your data pad so you can check them out anytime you want.
Thanks.
Good luck. I hope the game's as good to you as it was to me. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
How about that Pazaak lesson that you promised? Okay, so the game of Pazaak is very similar to Blackjack or 21, I suppose, whatever you're used to calling it. I'm not super familiar with card terminology and things like that. Anyway, I've always called it Blackjack. Basically, if you go over 20 in this game, it works the same way. The dealer hits you with a card. You could choose to stand or pass on that. Hold or pass, I guess. And then if you pass, you get another card next round. If you go over 21, or if you go over 20 in this case, since it's Pazaak, you lose the game. Difference between that and Blackjack, of course, are the plus and minus side deck. So we're going to load up all these into our side deck. These are the ones we get by default. They're all plus cards. But if we go on each round, every time that the card is drawn, we have an option of playing one of these cards. So if we, say, got a 15... we could play a +5, and that would take us to 20, which is exactly the place we want to be. We don't want to go. We want to get as close to 20 as possible without going over 20. Now, not available to us right now, but there are other Pazaak cards that are minuses. So if we go over, we'd be able to play a minus. And then there are even more Pazaak cards that are plus-minus. So we can choose whether we want it to be a plus or a minus card when we play it. And basically, it's the best of 3 rounds, whoever wins 3 in a row. There tends to be a lot of ties in Pazaak, but we will give this a try and see how it goes. This is the side deck we have. This is the only one we can choose, so that'll have to do. I just told you guys the rules of the game. I imagine you'll pick it up when you see me playing it, so I'm not going to read through all these tooltips. Played this so many damn times in the past. Yeah. He uses the same rules as we do. I find that being the one who always goes first, we tend to lose. It favors losing because our number gets higher and higher quicker than his. So he always sees what we have before we see what he has. Each of us have 4 cards, and I've already gone over, which is unfortunate because I can't do anything. 10s are bad, and generally when you're around 14, it's like 12 to 14, that's super risky if you hit again, but it's just the way it goes. We're going to end turn on this. We'll lose this round, and you can see our opponent won. You can shut up, tutorial. We don't need you right now. So we got a 6, that's fine. He got a 7, that's better, because we are lower, so 13. This is the danger zone. I can gamble and pull 1 more card, but the cards range from 1 to 10. So if I get anything higher than a certain amount, it could be bad for us. He's at 10. That's a 19. I'm going to stand on a 19. And he plays a card to take him to 20, so he wins another round. So if he wins 1 more round, we lose the game. So I need to be pretty vigilant about what I'm doing here. I'm going to play my +3 card to take us to 20, so we guaranteed don't lose this round. And he had another +3 card. He's down more cards than we are, but he's also won 2 rounds. It's going to be hard to beat him. Not that it matters, because nothing is on the line, of course. 10s are bad. 21 is awful. But we have no choice to stand. We can't do anything about it. So the match is over. We lost that, but we didn't lose anything other than the price of the Pazaak deck, and that's fine. Telemachus now knows how to play the game. I'm sure he knew how to play it from being in the army and having some downtime. Let's have a chat with some of these other people in here now. Christia?
Don't you just love watching the Pazaak players? All that strategy, all those credits.
It's actually mostly
It's
luck.
enough to make a girl get all flushed.
Splash. So, really likes the Pazaak players. Nikolos, huh? See what he has to say. I'm going to drop a quick save here, though. I had actually done a test run of this particular recording, but let's just save overwrite that and have a chat with Nikolos.
What do you want? Have you come here just to bother me, or do you wish to test yourself against the best Pazaak player on Taurus?
Yeah, that's what I like to do in the game, is bother random NPCs. It's actually accurate. Who are you?
My name is Niklos. I'm the unofficial champion
unofficial
of the Pazaak
champion,
circuit
right.
here on Taurus. If you don't mind losing your wager, we could play a few hands.
We'll see about that. How about some questions first?
Questions? I don't come here to answer questions. If you want to play Pazaak, then let's play. If not, then quit crowding my gambling table.
You aren't at a gambling table, man, but if you want to step over there, I'd be happy to beat your ass red. Let's play.
I'm going to enjoy relieving you of your credits almost as much as I'm going to enjoy humiliating you.
You talk the talk, but do you walk the walk? We'll wager 40 credits. That's as high as we can bet. And we'll have to make do with this amount, with these cards. This is all we have at the moment. We have no option to buy any more or get any more right now. The way that Pazaak works, you get a special reward in the game if you manage to play. I think it's set numbers of rounds and wins a number of games against each of the people you can meet that play Pazaak in the game. If you happen to do that, they'll give you items sometimes, they'll give you information, they'll give you whatever. But I'm gonna do that probably off camera. I'll show us we'll see the first game here, and then we'll see about the rest, right? I hope we can win this one, but I don't have much confidence. That's a good thing to be pulling on the first round, a 1. It's the best we could have possibly pulled, so means we'll be lower than he will, which is good. He plays a card already. I'm comfortable with hitting once more, and that's great, actually. That's off to a great start. He's already lost a card, and we haven't lost anything. And we'll end a turn. A 4 is nice and low. That's good. Not as low as that 1, though. He's getting good pulls that time. 13. Really, really risky. Unlucky 13 on Pazaak. Ha! Yeah, I'm going to play a card to take us to 20. And again, we're still on top, 3-2. On these... You're not obligated to play a card every round, I should mention. You can pass without it. It's better to keep them in your hand than it is to spend them needlessly. Oh, a 13, another one. I'm gonna stand on an 18. That's really risky, but it's just gonna be something we're gonna have to do. And yeah, the game rewards him, of course. I swear this game cheats sometimes. End turn. So he is ahead of us right now. We're gonna play our +3, get to 20. He's over. He didn't have a card to take him back down far enough, I suppose, or maybe he did that strategically. Not sure just how good the AI is on Pazaak, but I tend to lose more than I win, so... I like how low we are right now. He might go over, but he might not. 17 is risky. I'm going to play my +2, and then I'm going to stand on a 19. That's unfortunate. So we need to win this round. Yeah, that sucks.
Pazaak is not for everyone. It requires both knowledge and skill. Perhaps you should practice before risking your credits against such a skilled player as myself. Unless you like losing.
Deal the cards. I'm going to wipe that smirk off your face.
Confidence is inspiring in one who has such a propensity for failure. Foolish, but inspiring.
Alright, let's try this again since we're having such bad luck.
I saw you getting a Pazaak lesson from that old fossil Garuk. Learning the rules of Pazaak is easy, but actually playing the game is a much greater challenge. Normally, I wouldn't bother with a novice like you.
Oh, well, how?
But since Gerud was banned for hustling cards, I haven't been able to find a good game around here. Do you wish to play a hand?
Well, how considerate of you, I was about to say. Let's play.
I'm going to enjoy relieving you of your credits almost as much as I'm going to enjoy humiliating you.
Keep talking. Wager. Let's do it. I always get an 8 on the first round. I don't know what it is. 13's the worst of the worst. I'm gonna play my +4 card, get me to 20. He better not get a 5. Good. He actually spent the card on it. Always an 8. I'm okay with 11. He's gonna stand on that. Ooh, I could beat him here. Beat him with a +1. That's worth it. Let's do it. Stand. And the turn. Remember how frustrated I used to get at this game when I was younger. 12s. It's gross. Taking it to 20. We're gonna have to give it to him on this one, so stand. 7. 17 +3, I think. Don't you get a 6? Thank you. All we need is one more win. Eat it! You've defeated your opponent.
You were lucky to win the match, but luck is no substitute for skill in Pazaak. If you are foolish enough to play me again, I won't repeat the mistake.
The game is mostly luck, man. You think it was luck? Let's do it again.
I'm going to enjoy relieving you of your credits almost as much as I'm going to enjoy humiliating you.
Alright, folks, I'm going to beat him a few more times off camera, and he should offer up some sort of goodies eventually. So I will see you back in a moment. Alright, folks, I think we have poor Niklos here at his wit's end. He has gravely underestimated the power of save scumming.
I do not lose at Pazaak very often, but you've made a habit of beating me. I think it is obvious what that means.
Oh.
You cheat!
It's not my fault you're bad at Pazaak.
I have not been able to figure out how, but I know you're cheating. I'm simply too good to lose this often. And I refuse to play Pazaak with a cheater. You can leave now, cheater.
The game
I
knows.
won't be wasting any more time with you.
Oh dear. We've upset someone. It's unfortunate. What is going on with these textures? And how that always was? I don't seem to recall that. Anyway, I hope that has always been like that, because now all of a sudden... Well, no matter. Now that we're done beating Niklos here's ass like a cheap drum, I think we will go and have a little chat with Krista and see what she makes of our newfound Pazaak skills. Or safe scumming, whatever you prefer.
I saw your match against Niklos. He doesn't lose very often. I bet you could make a lot of credits as a professional Pazaak player.
Oh, I know
you
I could.
You're my kind of guy, rich and handsome.
Oh, yeah?
Just the way I like them. Why don't we slip away to the tap room together? The bartender can mix us up something special for only 20 credits. If you play your cards right, Pazaak might not be the only game you get lucky at tonight.
Well, sounds good to me. Here's 20 credits. No, I don't think we'll be doing that. Telemachus is here. He knows Kristia's type, we'll say, and he knows that he could go to any bar on any planet and find half a dozen girls just like her. He's definitely not interested in running off and getting laid and leaving Karth to hold the bag for information. So, no, I don't think we're going to be partaking in that. Sorry, sweetheart.
What's the matter, you shy? Suit yourself. I'll be here if you change your mind. Just waiting for a nice, rich Pazaak player to come along.
Yeah, okay. You keep waiting, darling. I don't think he's gonna go for that. His ego isn't that big to be goaded in. He's learned some life lessons, shall we say. And we don't exactly have the money to be wasting on booze. How much do we have? We have 489 credits. I could, but I'm not going to.